Hey guys, what's going on? Lucky here. So, gonna do something today that completely unprofessional to do. You can see my shop is in complete disarray. My explanation for this, not an excuse, but an explanation, is I've rented another unit in the same complex here to keep all the stuff that I don't work on pretty regularly. Like mostly my cars and some larger equipment and stuff that I have in here that I don't really, it's just taking up space. But they've been taking their time for like the last 6 weeks getting out of that unit, which is just messing up my schedule. I've got extra shelving to go over there. I got some other equipment right there for someone who's going to be doing some work in there. I got a truck bed, I mean, the place is just a mess. So definitely not the perfect time to be starting a new project, but that means nothing to me. So yeah, I've got customers' cars here I should be working on. I'm actually waiting for some parts on some stuff, but yeah, I think it's time. So there it is. It's turbo o'clock. So this is the motor I had built by CPR to rings are all gapped, everything's got good pistons, good rods, everything. Turbo cam from Tick Performance. It's set up, it's ready to go. So, but I broke it all in on just the motor, no boost, and now it's time to put on that boost. I've already taken off the headers. They're in the back, the Blackheart headers. I talked to Holly a while ago and they sent me this intercooler. It's powder coated black so you won't see it so much through the grill. I shot over to CX Turbos and got one of their universal intercooler kits just because they have all the UBends I need and the welds are decent. And got some of the smaller parts that I'm probably going to need, an oiling kit, a couple of the fittings, a pop-off valve, a wastegate, just stuff to get this party started. It'll just save me some fabrication time. And now we're getting ready to install it. In the middle of this mess, I've swept out a little hole, set up my little table. There's my petty style, and get this thing going. So here we go. Okay, so I installed the bracket that holds the CX Turbo intercooler. It's part of their kit. Pretty well built. The same measurements as the one that I'm going to install it. This is just sort of I wouldn't say mock-up, but part of their kit, so. Then, get these charge pipes. I guess that this one goes on this side, this goes up to the turbo. So that'll be rotated once it's in, which will be going up in the direction of the turbo. If I put it on that side, way out there and then turns down, so it's not quite right. This one goes here, rotated in. This one's pretty symmetrical, but it looks like it will go in and go up to the intake. So let's just look. This one side looks a little shorter than the other. this whole thing to figure out where I need to punch the holes through the course board. And so it looks like run through the course board. I'm leaving a little bit of margin for the hoses to go on here. Hoses and clamps, so there'll be a little bit of area, but you don't want to be too much there because it's all going to be under boost. And see, those things look like balloons. So what I did was, this is going to be on the inside, so just to get that angled where it goes through the firewall, I'll just turn it this way. I'm going to get about the center of the pipe straight towards the firewall. And once again, this is all just estimate, so I will do a little bit of a smaller hole and use my belt sander to open it up where it needs to be. There. 7 3/4, roughly. There. And then center. 3 inch. Yeah, it's going to be right around there, so I have to get a longer drill bit to be able to cut through all that. There's a drill thing on this side. All right. So drill hole. Little balloon modification. Okay, just had to move a couple of AC components from the inside of the core support. The dryer was back there, and a couple of lines which are easily massaged around. Sounds like aliens are landing. I don't know what they're doing next door, but this is how this thing fits. So yeah, I'm going to massage that out a little bit. Fits nicely. Pull right up. Yeah, comes right up to where the turbo is going to sit, or pretty close. One down, one to go. Okay, so I'm going to take my tin snips and I'm just going to snip out that one little section right there. Then I'll use the belt sander and polish it up and make it kind of all go together. These are the tin snips I prefer. If you look at them, they have like a little angle to them. They make red, yellow, and green. Red's left, green is right, yellow is straight. But these actually sweep under the project and trim. And the trick is to not take big bites, just take your time and snip around. It doesn't distort the metal. I've actually had these for a very long time. I've had these so long I had to put my name on them so nobody would take them. That's a while. I would just fold this over, but the problem is that it's all sitting a little too low. Which, given another opportunity, I would maybe drill that just a little bit. Well, actually, no, I really couldn't, because that's about as low as it gets. I'll pick those up in my foot later. I'm not going to tighten anything up because I may have to adjust the timing on those charge pipes. So right now it's time to put on the exhaust manifolds. I just went and got new gaskets. Okay, so I've already removed the headers and I have, that was way too high. Remove the headers, clean the head gaskets, clean the head. This is the hooker turbo manifold.
brake spark plugs. The front and rear bolts in. When you look at the gaskets, the one thing I did have to do was clearance the motor mount on this side. Just cut a little, trim it a little bit. Not really a big deal. So you can see these gaskets have a little notch in the front and the back, so you just put in the 2 bolts that holds the header or exhaust manifold in place, and then you can drop those right in. Before you tighten up all the bolts, make sure you start them all. Okay, handle. Gotta do the same thing on the other side. Just as straightforward as this side. Doesn't look too obvious. So I hooked the charge pipe up. That's the pop-off valve right there. Looks kind of like an entry-level one. Probably be swapping that out for something a little cooler later. This is the kit for an LS motor, like a truck motor or a car intake. So this upper charge pipe was designed to go right about here, and everything went together great. So what I did was put a little angle down there and a little angle up there, welded a bead around it so the boot doesn't pop off, and it went right in. And that's the high ram, so pretty happy with that. So still have some work to do over here. That is where the boost is supposed to go in from the turbo. So the exhaust manifold is behind the heater hose right there. So I have to do I think it's a 3-inch V-band to a T4 plate, which I have. Probably just get some 3-inch U-bend, cut a piece out of it, but I kind of want it to come all the way back around and put the turbo back here a little bit. So, playing it by ear right now. We'll see how it goes. But today's project was to get the intercooler in, and it is in. Stashed. Doesn't hit anything. Clearance everywhere. Plenty of clearance. And yeah, pretty jazzed. Had to move some of the AC stuff, the dryer, and the lines, which I'm going to put a heat shield over all that stuff anyway, because there's going to be some heat up here now. But yeah, pretty jazzed. Everything went together. Yeah, one of the cool things about this is it's not like, you know, this is, you know, one-off, one of a kind, only I can make this. This is all just store-bought stuff, some minor modifications. So anybody could really do this at home. So pretty jazzed on the way it turned out so far. All right, moving forward. Okay, so I've been a little preoccupied. I get on a roll. I don't stop and think about shooting videos and stuff. So what I'm working on right now is the downpipe for the back. I've already made the up pipe from the manifold. Kind of a difficult fiasco, but it's turning out okay. I've tacked this. This will go right on the back of the turbo and dump the exhaust right down where it's supposed to be under the car. I thought about turning it sideways and going out the side of the fender. I just don't want to cut the truck up and give away the goodness. So this will end up going right back here and go right down. I might do a cutout or something under the front fender. Yeah, maybe. But that's where we're at right now. And this is day 2. So day 1 was intercooler front end apart. Day 2 is mounting the turbo in a happy location. I still have to do oil return, wastegate, which I shouldn't have wrapped that pipe right there because that's where the wastegate's going to come out of right there. But yeah. All right, that's it for now. All right, so here's the payoff right here. It runs. Yeah, with the disco light. John's here. Say hi, John. Too lazy to bother with the exhaust, so I just up and out. That's the way to go. That's temporary. Eventually it will go down and out. This is sort of the break-in to make sure the turbo's good, because there's some used stuff that I got. Nothing appears to be leaking. I can't put much boost into it. I got the wrong injector for right now. So 43s. I have some bigger injectors for it. Nothing seems to be leaking. Hey, shut it off, John. Shut it off. So that's John McGann. He's the proud father of Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Coolest name in the book. All right. You know why they never name any streets after Chuck Norris? Because no one crosses Chuck Norris.
You can't. It doesn't happen.
Just can't happen. Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He does earth downs. All right, so a couple things. I got to make a bracket to mount the fuel pressure regulator. I just got hanging back there on a bolt. Little road-killy. Hide some of those wires under there. It's a little road-killy. But the blow-off valve is installed and working. I smell coolant. I need to check that. And wastegate is in and working. I don't know if you can't really see the flames. Looking for a test drive. It's running a little rich, but I have zero patience for that, so went for a drive. And hey, look at that. The bolt's ready to fall off. Wastegate, well, completely overrated. And that's it. So turbo, hooker manifolds, the exotic S-pipe mount with reinforcement bars. Made a little plate that bolts to the front of the head to support everything. I'm going to get a binky, a blanket for the turbo. Try to keep the heat down. I'm running water in and out of the turbo, which really helps a lot. I mean, normally this would just be pumping heat right now. But it'll still give you a tattoo if you touch it right there. But I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Fans came on, everything's good. Tuner Tom is on his way over to put a tune in this thing. And there's a slight chance that I'm going to make it to the Hoonigan's Burn Yard tomorrow, Saturday, the 26th, 27th?
29th.
29th. See, I was close.
Tomorrow.
I was close. So, that's it. Got a little roadkilly at the end, but it's all together. That's it. Thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to subscribe. Leave some comments. I don't care what you got to say. Just say something. And share. See you guys. Say bye, John.
See ya.
That's John McGann.